For this video, we're going to run through the process of exporting plots from SPSS and putting them into your Word doc. I've provided you a figure and table document, and in that you're going to have your three figures that we're going to do, as well as this table of results down here. One thing I want to show you before we get to the process of replacing these figures is the reveal formatting, and that's in Word. In Word, you'll find on one of the menus, you'll find this kind of paragraph marker, and basically if you click that, it hides the formatting, but if you click on it, it hides all the returns, ends of sentences, and importantly it reveals the page breaks. So I've got page breaks between this figure and this one. I've got another page break down here. I've got another section break, and the reason you do section breaks is if you're going to reorient the table, like this table's big, so it's got to be in landscape versus portrait, and so what you do is, if you're going to do that, you go up here, you insert section break, next page, and then in that next page what you'll do is you'll go through and do layout and change the orientation to landscape. So I've already done that down here, but I wanted to show you that real quickly. And it's good to have this reveal formatting because we're doing kind of high quality data work in these tables and figures, and so you need to know where the spaces are or the ends of the text are, and so this is kind of a critical thing, and you need to start getting used to working with that particular view. Okay. First thing we're going to do is, these are the old figures, so let's delete all three of them. Alright, so we're going to delete this second one, and then we're going to delete the third one. Okay, and then the tables are down there. I'm going to pull up my SPSS file with the actual figures in them. This is my first figure, and I'm just going to right click it. Actually, that should get us right click and export. And then there's a couple of things that you need to do. You need to click on selected. That means I'm just going to export the particular plot here. Click on none graphics only. And then click down here and you can do bitmap, JPEG files, TIFFs. I'm just going to do ping files. The pings work pretty good with grayscale and sharp lines, and so we'll do those. If you're using an Microsoft system, the WMF files work really well, so you might use those instead of pings, but that's generally how we're going to do it. Okay. Then you go down and you simply browse for where you want to put it. I'm going to put this thing, I'm going to go all the way to the top here and go to desktop. And in desktop, I'm just going to call this figure 1. Click save and click OK, and it'll export. And out here, I should have figure 1 ping file, and it always adds a figure 1.1 for whatever reason. I guess just when you do multiple versions, but SPSS always does that. So you may save it as 1, but it comes out figure 1.1. The next thing that we're going to do, let's go ahead and export the second image. Again, just click on it, export. You already have graphics, you already have ping, and show where to put it. So just go through here, just call this one 2, click OK, and we should then have figure 2.1 out there. Okay. Go back to the last image and right click export, graphics only, ping files, click on this. It's already going to your desktop, so just click figure 3 in there, click OK. Alright, so if we once we're done with that, we've got our 3 image files out there. Here we've got figure 1, so just kind of click into the box, right click, and we should be able to insert a figure. And I don't see it there, so let's do this. Let's click in that box and let's go up to the insert menu, photo from file, and go to our desktop, find figure 1.1, click it in there, and while this thing is up there, go ahead and click the width and click it down to like 6.4. And what that does is it gives you a little bit of margin on this far corner. Sometimes if you do it 6.5, you'll lose this border on the table. So you always just want to shrink it just a little bit. Okay, that's figure 1. Let's go in and do figure 2. Insert photo from file. It should be pointing at the desktop, or we can make it point at the desktop. And we'll go in figure 2.1. Insert that one, and let's click the width down just a little bit. Gives us a little bit of margin on that end, and we should be good. Figure 3 is going to be our whistleblower panel, and so what we'll do there, I don't want that tab in there, just do the same thing we've just done. Photo, picture from file. Let's go to desktop and then shrink it just a little bit. Just 1/10 of an inch on the outside, and gives us that kind of margin. So now we've got our 3 different figures in the figures and tables section. I've got this section here, so I'm just going to delete that one. Actually, I'm not sure how to do that. Let me do it. Just click here. Yeah, that'll work. And so I'm back to, well, maybe not. Yep. And see what I did there? Messed it up completely. So let's go back and fix it. Layout. We're going to do orientation portrait. That's good there. And this one is back to section break, and I changed the layout there. So should work out well. The only other thing that we need to do here is we need to insert some page numbers. So insert page numbers, put them in the center, bottom of the page, footer, and you want to document elements, page numbers. Always go in there. You can format them and then continue from the previous section, so that when you add these pages to the end of your other document, it should just kind of go from, these should match up. So that's how you do page numbers. Okay. Alright, so in this video we basically put these image files into the figures, made them fit a little bit. You're going to use the 4 model outputs to fill in these particular values. You're going to add in the number of observations, the log likelihood value, and that Cox and Snell R-square, which just gives you an estimate of model fit. One thing you need to do is, if you see things in brackets like this, go through and insert the name of your landmark precedent. Here you need to do the same thing, landmark precedent, put in your citation, put in the period from the original decision to this one. Right, and so do that for all these different notes in the document. So that's the end of this lesson, and that should get you through what you need in order to just kind of finish up the analysis.